Okay, hello and welcome to my sketchbook tour. This is my 14th sketchbook. This is the one that I started in my video about starting, like filling up your sketchbook, and it got a couple views, so thanks. So this is my 14th sketchbook, but this is just a Moleskine sketchbook. It's actually my first actual like sketchbook in quite a while. Usually I would just get like a blank notebook. It's kind of what I've been rolling with recently, but I quite liked it. It's definitely a lot smaller than my past ones and the pages are a lot thicker, but it's also landscape, which I don't think I've ever had a landscape sketchbook. Jury's out. I don't know if I like it more or if I just prefer the other one, considering that my new sketchbook is a regular portrait one. I don't know. And then the stickers I have on here, this one is actually one of my students. I work for an art studio, so I assist a bunch of classes and stuff. One of our students made this little character. They're called Mushis. They're like mushrooms. Her dad printed out a bunch of stickers to like give everybody. So I have this, and then this is my 4-3 sticker, which is a brand that I started earlier in the year. I have some stickers on there and then a t-shirt. So if you want to check that out, I'll link the Instagram in the description. But this is when I started. So I started this sketchbook the 19th of June, and then I finished it the 15th of July. So less than a month, which is very, very fast. I don't know if this is just a me thing. I always skip the first page of my sketchbook. I feel like it gets me out of the like, oh my gosh, it's a new sketchbook. Like the first page has to be good kind of thing, you know? So I always skip that one. But then this first page, I always do something that I'm comfortable with. So this was actually from a National Geographic. Yeah, something very easy. One of my favorite pens. Oh my gosh, I will cry when this pen runs out. It was one of these two. I don't know. I stole both of these pens from an antique store that I worked at. I did swap them with pens that I had, so I didn't just steal them. But these are my favorite. I'll know where to get this one. No idea what this is. True Red. I don't know. These are two of my favorite pens though. Okay, and then this is where kind of like the goal of this sketchbook started. I cannot believe I'm showing this on the internet. So I'm good at drawing. Like I can draw a portrait of somebody relatively well. And I can draw very stylized people as well. But that like kind of in between like realistic portrait and very stylized portrait, I've always struggled with, especially eyes. Something about eyes that aren't just looking right at you, I have always struggled with. So I drew this without a reference. And it's not horrible. I don't know, I like the hair, but yeah, like the eyes are bad. Everything individually is okay, like the nose and the mouth and stuff, but this is when I was like, oh, we got some work to do. We have some work to do for sure. I was also like breaking down a lot of anatomy while I was doing this sketchbook. And so you'll see lots of that, as well as like working on things. So this was from my imagination, which I was quite proud of. Especially him. I was quite proud of him. She's fine. I did it straight in pen, so I couldn't really like adjust anything, but yeah, so a bunch of stuff from imagination. This I was also really proud of. Like I did this without a reference. I don't know what it is, but some sort of creature, King Kong kind of thing. And then I've been working through Bridgman's anatomy, what is it called? Life drawing book. So I have even more stuff from that. This is what I was really working to get through during this, so just lots of work on that, which it has really improved my life drawing. And then more boring stuff. We have, this is the skull, not a very good skull, but it's a skull. And then kind of the upper half of the body. I like the landscape sketchbooks for like longer, I don't know, and maybe this was just because it's an actual sketchbook with like drawing paper in it, but I felt like I could use both sides of the pages. Usually I just use the right side, but I did like it for like big spreads and stuff, and we'll see more of that later. But yeah, just some like studies of, this is like the human body, of course. Okay, and then we go back to attempting to do things without a reference, which doesn't, like it's not bad. It's not bad. But I feel like you can tell I was not in the right headspace. And then, so then I remember this night, I looked up a reference photo this is from like a comic book, I don't know. I drew this 3 times. Oh no, and then I gave up. So I drew it twice and then I gave up. I just couldn't get it how I liked it. I liked the head, but I was having a hard time with like the head attached to a body. Yeah, so then I gave up and just started doodling. And then I remember I took a step back and I was like, okay, let's be a little more methodical about this because I was kind of just like picking it up whenever. It wasn't really working. So this is a Yoshitaka Amano copy that I did just because I was trying to see how other people did it. So I do have quite a few like copy studies and whatnot in here. Then I started actually like trying to get better at portraits and stuff. So this is from just some Pinterest photos. I'm sure if you're on Pinterest, I feel like the same like handful of reference photos go around Pinterest all the time in the art community, which is pretty funny. Yeah, I'm not mad at either of these. The eyes are still a little rough, which that's always been like a struggle for me. Don't know what this is, just like figure drawing. Oh yeah, no, I went to a college event. I was trying, oh sorry. But it was a cornhole thing and you had to bring your own partner. And I got there like 15 minutes late because I was coming straight from work, so I didn't play cornhole. Just sat on the side until they were done, then I talked to people. That makes it sound a lot more sad than it actually was. Like, I knew people there. Then I started doing actual studies of the head, and this was on Pinterest. This specific Pinterest pin helped me a ton, like breaking down the nose, because I find I'm very stubborn. And so I start to study something and I'm like, I don't need to start by breaking down the nose into a whatever shape that's called. I'm fine, I'll just start by drawing the nose. No, I'm not fine. Like, I'm just too stubborn to start with the basics, so that was something I really had to work on, like doing the circle on the side of the head to get the planes and whatnot. So yeah, lots of that. And then I kept doing that without, these ones were without that photo reference. And then I tried to move on to doing torsos. I was like, this is going well, let me keep going down the body. And then I was like, no, we're just gonna keep doing heads until I get good at these. So this is from, oh gosh, who was it? I think it was Peter Hahn on Proco. He had a really good video on drawing the heads from different angles. So this is the vertical axis. And then I started the horizontal one. I guess I didn't finish it, but it was a very, very helpful video. I feel like anything Peter Hahn does, I will watch. Yeah, then more just like character things. I don't know, I did these from imagination, so again, like I'm trying to break it down and not jump into the deep end, you know? Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, and then okay, my stubbornness is coming back, because then I'm like, I've learned everything I need to learn. I don't need to keep studying it, I'll just start drawing people. No, no you don't. No you don't, because this is not right. So then I went back to the basics. It's a constant cycle over here in my head. So like doing stuff with the eyes, these are all from Kim Jung-ji, like his, I don't know if you've seen those like portraits of his that he's done on Pinterest. He didn't do them on Pinterest, but I've seen them only on Pinterest. On the like blue paper, these are all just the eyes from those portraits. This, oh yeah, this is some life drawing work. I did this in the car before a shift. I got a job at a gym and I worked there for a week and then I quit because it was not the best atmosphere, but I did this in the car. So that's a kind of a fun memory of before my first shift there. My first of 3, I think. So that was fun. And then I was very into like watching YouTube videos during the sketchbook. Hello? Yes?
Okay.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh my gosh, are you filming? I thought you were editing. I'm
No, it's okay.
Sorry.
What's
I
up?
have a quick question.
Yeah?
I'm trying to like...
Does your computer have an HDMI? What was I talking about? I drew this. That's what I was talking about. I drew this. Okay. Okay, probably my other biggest weakness is not architecture. What do you call it? Like environments. But not necessarily outdoors, I'm okay with that. But like houses, rooms, I'm not very good at. And this is something I'm working on in my new sketchbook too. Maybe I'll show a few pages from that. So this has been something, which is, it's ironic because perspective like comes relatively naturally to me, just intuitively, if that makes sense. But something about like a room, it just confuses me. And again, I'm too stubborn. You can see here, no, there's no horizon line. There's no vanishing points. I just wung it, okay? Because I'm too stubborn to just break it down for like 2 minutes and make everything easier. Anyway, I worked on this for like a day and then I went back to drawing people because that's funner, you know? This I really actually quite like. Probably one of my favorites in the whole sketchbook. I like her face. Her arm got a little funky, but I think it's quite pretty. I don't know. I like that. And then more stuff from my imagination, which she's okay. She's not bad. Her hairstyle's atrocious, but we won't tell her that. These are bad. So I drew these. I drew this one first and went, I didn't quite get what I was going for. So let me try again. No. So we're back to references. We're back to breaking down the head and whatnot. So these are also from Pinterest. I quite like this one. I feel like his eyes are too big, for sure. Yeah, I feel like his eyes are too big. No, his eyes are too big, babes. And his hand is pretty good. So both their hands are quite good. But I like this one quite a lot. So here's where I honestly started cooking. Started looking up more references. I don't know why he has like such a dilated pupil, but this half looks good. That's not too bad. Don't even know. Don't ask me. These are from Life. These are some of our summer camp kids. They don't look remotely like them, so I don't feel like I'm like breaching their privacy. These are some of our summer camp kids. They were watching, they were watching Into the Spider-Verse. It was comic book day, so cute. And then this is for a bigger project, for a ballet. I actually have that right here. Although it's now on the floor next to my desk, which is kind of like the space of doom and despair in my room, so. But this was for this. I feel like this was in a past video. You might have seen it, but not too bad. We'll see if it ever gets finished. Okay, then this. This is where I started cooking, okay? These are all off Pinterest, so like they're from references, but I mean, come on. Not too bad. I honestly low-key kind of milked this because I posted this on Instagram and it was the thumbnail like 2 videos ago or something. I don't know. I've kind of been milking this, but like this compared to this, come on, not too shabby. I did this guy too. And then this is from Pinterest. My sister really likes this, but I finished. This is probably one of my favorite pages in here. Then I did these at a coffee shop. So these are of people. These ones actually kind of look like them, so maybe I shouldn't show, but they're never gonna see this. He kept moving though, which was really, he was also all the way across the coffee shop. Like I could not really tell what he looked like. I don't know why I picked him to draw, but I had been staring this table that she was at, which this is, I really, really like this. It feels kind of like Studio Ghibli-esque, or Ghibli? Don't know the names. Yeah, this lady, she was at a table with like 3 other people, and I had been staring at their table for probably 5, 6, 7 minutes while I was drawing her, so I was like, let me move on. But yeah, he kept moving and then I kind of just got annoyed and gave up. More stuff from that coffee shop, clearly they also kept moving. They were standing in line. And then I don't know if you've seen the other Bennett sister, but my mom was obsessed with it. And so I drew that while, I was just down there while she was watching some of it. Then these, okay wait, these are also from Pinterest, but a little more stylized. And like my eyes are definitely getting better. I don't quite have the size down. I think I have it better like here, and of course, you know, the angel page. This is like my star pupil over here, the framework. But then I tried to do more architectural stuff and gave up because I was bad at it. And then coming down to our last few pages, more things from Pinterest, much improvement on the eyes and stuff. Gave up on that. And then just some cute little ballet sketches. Yeah, and we close her out. One thing I don't like about the horizontal sketchbook is there's no pocket in the back. And I'm like a raccoon. I like to collect little things and like stick them in there. But yeah, not too bad. Like I definitely think this was a very successful sketchbook. I also think getting a smaller one was definitely the move. My current one that I got a Lectrim. Got one of these. This is my new one with this sticker that I got this at Wits End. Like Adventures in Odysseys Wits End. That Wits End. Anyway, yeah, so this is my newest one. I'll give you guys like a sneak peek. Okay, this isn't a sketchbook. It's just a plain notebook. But I think after this, I'll probably go back to like actual sketchbooks. I do think that was helping. I definitely in this one am focusing a lot more on architecture. I did some, so this was, I think this was a set somewhere in an amphitheater. This, you know, I actually like mapped out the vanishing point and stuff. So really working on less people, like still working on people because that's what I like to draw, but more environmental stuff. So, oh, and I did this at camp. Yeah. Not too shabby, not too shabby. I never know what to say at the end.